Sue Blue, Hal Rail, Greg Berger. Who is the greatest Transformers voice actor of all time? We're going to talk about that in depth, go over the latest news, and announce our giveaway winner right now on Transformers Talk Raw. So hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for checking out the show. We're going to be talking about a little bit about the voice actors that have made the Transformers so great over the years, and which one I believe actually is the most talented, the greatest of all time, undisputed in my opinion. Of course, let me know what you think below in the comments about this subject, and thank you so much again for listening. We're going to go over the news after that, and then we're going to announce our winner of this month's giveaway figure, and that's of course the Studio Series Cliff Jumper, the 05 Gamer Edition Fall of Cybertron figure. But yeah, you know, so many great Transformers voice actors over the years. It's been a while since I talked about this subject, so I figured I'd cover it again. And it's really hard to quantify who is the greatest, but I can say beyond a shadow of the doubt that some of the greatest, in my opinion, are of course the obvious ones, your Frank Welkers, your Peter Cullens. But I never thought Scott McNeil got quite as much credit as Frank did. You know, they're both just as versatile. They're both fantastic. And for my money, I'm going to put Frank at number 1 and Scott McNeil at number 2. And of course you have the iconic Chris Latta and you have Peter Cullen. But Chris and Peter Cullen, you know, I could always tell whenever Ironhide was speaking that his voice was coming from the same guy as what came from Optimus. And it's a fantastic voice, and nobody can do Optimus Prime except Peter Cullen, in my opinion. Nobody. And heaven forbid, and God forbid, it doesn't happen anytime soon, but when he passes, I think they should retire the character. I truly believe that, guys. Because he defined the character. I know there are other great voice actors who have taken up that role on occasion, but nobody like Peter Cullen. He embodies the essence of it. But all that said, I don't think he's quite as versatile as a voice actor, even though I know he did sound effects and many other voices as also. But I can always kind of tell it's Peter Cullen. You know, I love his Predator, though. It's fantastic. But, you know, with Frank, he did so many voices. He's so versatile. You're talking about he did work in Scooby-Doo. He did so many other series. But just within the Transformers, I mean, you're looking at Rumble, Soundwave, Wheelie, Megatron, and more. And I think he's so fantastic. One of my personal favorites, though, is going to be Roger C. Carmel. I love his voice. I loved his acting work in Star Trek. I loved the way he sounds as Cyclonus. Of course, as the Quintesson prosecutor in the movie. Just love his work altogether. But as far as the greatest goes, I'm going to hand it to Frank Welker, followed by Scott McNeil. And for all his versatility, too. And that's why. I mean, such astounding performances within the Beast Wars. He brought those characters to life, and you couldn't even tell at all, just like Frank, that it's the same guy, really. You know, Silverbolt sounds nothing like Waspinator. Waspinator sounds nothing like, I believe he did Rat Trap, too. I mean, these guys are so talented and so phenomenal and really legends within the community. Or within actors, voice actors too. But, you know, you have those iconic voices like Chris Latta's. But I just don't think that Chris has too many signature voices that are different enough from each other. I mean, let's be honest here, guys. When Cobra Commander talks, isn't it pretty much just Starscream talking? You know, I've heard Chris Latta's regular voice, you know, his appearances in Seinfeld and his appearances in Star Trek The Next Generation. It's very different than his Starscream voice. But at the same time, his most iconic characters pretty much have the same voice. And that's my opinion anyway. And as always, let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. But for my money, yeah, definitely going to put Frank at number 1, followed by Scott McNeil. And that's just my personal opinion. But anyhow, guys, on to the news. Let me take a moment to let you guys in on the newest, coolest spot to shop online for all your Transformers needs. Planet Toys. With great customer service and fast shipping, not only do my friends at Planet Toys carry a wide selection of Transformers, both new and vintage, but the guys at Planet Toys are trustworthy because they're fans and collectors, just like us. So stop supporting big and personal online toy stores and click the link below to head on over to Planet Toys. And remember, when you choose to shop with our sponsor, you're doing much more than buying an awesome buy. You're helping to support Transformers Talk Raw. So click the link below and head to Planet Toys now. And big thanks to our sponsor, Planet Toys, for continuing to provide our giveaway figures. And this week, guys, we have a little bit of news to cover from More Art Gallery. They have a Transformers the Movie Optimus Prime limited edition of only 186 pieces of fine art print. That's available today, I believe, via their homepage, and that's moreartgallery.com, I believe. And that's for approximately $25 US. I believe they're based in England. I could be incorrect. It's somewhere in Europe. But it's not that expensive. I think the most you're going to pay is shipping. This is a beautiful piece from Transformers the Movie, such an iconic image. So if you're interested in that, check it out, guys. But also we have more early Transformers storyboards now available to view via the Sunbow Marvel Archive website. And you know, I've bashed on early drafts and early scripts and early storyboards in the past, but I do think these are very cool, and these are pieces of Transformers history. I just don't think that at any point we should ever start thinking that this stuff is canon, because it's not. If it didn't make the cut in the final film, it didn't make the cut, so it's not a part of that perfect movie that we G1ers and we fans love so much. And Transformers the Movie is, in my opinion, a perfect movie, and it does have its flaws. But its flaws are what make it perfect. It's so nostalgic, it's so iconic. But I do think these storyboards are really cool, and you can see what they were thinking in the early stages of development for the film. But also, we have the executive producers of Transformers Earthspark that made a new interview via CBR.com. If you're into Earthspark, guys, excuse me, check it out. I'm not too much into Earthspark, but yeah. Bob Budiansky is also to attend TFCon Toronto. Of course, that's held this year from October 20th through the 22nd. And of course, if I had any choice of any fan convention to get up to, I'd love to get up to TFCon Toronto, guys. Bob Budiansky is probably number one on my list personally to meet of the individuals that are still around. I would love to have met Scatman Crothers. I would have loved to have met a few guys that are no longer with us, Leonard Nimoy. But I'm telling you, Bob Budiansky is just a stone cold. You can't get much higher in terms of someone who affected the Transformers mythos so much. And TFCon Toronto always seems like it's so much fun. They have such a blast up there. I'd much rather go to that one than the one here in Orlando pretty soon. I'm just not about it. But if you are planning to attend TFCon Toronto, make sure you run into Mr. Budiansky, because stone cold legend right there, guys. But anyhow, we also have pre-orders for a re-release of the Titans Return Fortress Maximus are live on Entertainment Earth, BBTS, Robot Kingdom, Transformers Source, and a few other places. Pretty much everywhere you normally shop, guys. But yeah, he, of course, this is a classic Titan, fantastic figure. I never picked this one up myself. I missed out on it. So I was looking forward to this pre-release or re-release of this figure. But the problem is, I don't really do pre-release orders. I'll wait until it's in stock somewhere and I'll pay a premium. I won't pay that much of a premium. I just don't like the fact that pre-orders are sometimes canceled. They damage your packages and shipping. One thing that really bugs me is they don't charge, a lot of places anyway. I believe CMD Store does this, but a lot of places don't charge your card right away when you make a pre-order. If I have my money now and I've already budgeted and I've set that certain amount of money aside, because I work for a living and I bust my tail for my money. So I want the money I planned and budgeted to be removed right away once I make the order. I don't want a surprise charge come up in a few months for a certain figure. That's really bugs me. That's one of my major issues with pre-orders. But if you guys are comfortable with that, you have the means to do it, you have the ability to do it, and the financial intelligence to continue making those sorts of arrangements, go for it, guys. But it is a great figure, and I do plan on getting my hands on him eventually. But that's going to do it for this week's news, guys. But now it's time to announce the winner of this week's giveaway. And I'd like to remind you guys that courtesy of our sponsor, Planet Toys, this giveaway is available. So if you haven't checked out Planet Toys, they're real friendly folks. Check them out, guys. You're not only getting a cool bot, but you're supporting Transformers Talk Raw. But also, guys, you can click all those great links in the description below, and that's going to take you to all kinds of cool stuff, including our Facebook group. Or if you'd like to support the podcast via Patreon, we have a $1 tier and the $3 tier, guys. So think about it. If you like my content, you want to see it continue, you want to help us out, chip in $1 a month, or give us a like anyway. But I appreciate everything, guys, just listening. But the winner of our giveaway is our old friend, Just a Dad, who loves toys more than his kids do. And being a patron, he actually got 2 entries, and that's probably what helped him a good bit. We only had about 15 or 16 for this one, guys, but we're going to have a new figure real soon, and I'm going to get Just a Dad his figure out also. But thank you guys so much for listening. Love you guys. God bless. And till all are one. This podcast is made possible thanks to the support of great people like you. Thank you.